come in if you want. So I wear a respirator for the dust hazard. There's no chemicals or anything, but because I do it every week, there's an occupational hazard. Sweaty today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do that through the day until I determine I've got enough glass for next week's production, and then it cooks for a few hours, and then the computer drives it, so that'll bring it down to working temperature for tomorrow. And you can buy broken glass and melt it. The glass we use is formulated for hand working. It's a lot softer than beer bottles, and we can buy glass like that has that same formulation, but it's already been melted once before, which doesn't yield as nice quality of glass as getting the raw materials and melting them for the first time. But it's called cullet when you buy broken glass. It's more convenient, but we like that high quality product.
So this is going to cook for a while?
Yep. Yeah, I'll probably put in another 1 or 2 scoops. They're spaced out over an hour. Give it a chance to melt down, and then it cooks for 4 or 5 hours to completely homogenize the glass. It also gets it hot enough that all the tiny little bubbles rise out. And then, yeah, in the morning, the computer will have brought it down. Working temperature is 200 degrees below melting. We're melting at about 2,350.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, the furnace is the opposite of a wood stove. It's designed to keep all its heat inside. And we have a recuperated burner system that preheats the incoming air with waste heat from the exhaust. So we scavenge heat that would normally leave the furnace. We scavenge that and return it to the furnace by preheating the air. So it's, you know, glass making is energy hungry, but you can, you know, with some thought, you can do it fairly reasonably. The bigger the work you make, obviously, the more energy, because you need really big equipment. But we make tiny little objects. We make guitar slides. We make these sleeping cats. This is the bread and butter of our business.
No kidding.
And these go all over the world.
When we make them, we load them into an oven to cool slowly. So these were the last ones that we made, just coming out of the oven.
And then what you're familiar with from the library sale are the Christmas ornaments that we make.
Yeah. Is that some of them there?
That is.
So, is that it for today?
It could be. I mean, you're going to come back and get processed
Yes.
shots, right?
When would
If you have questions, ask them now, and then I can, when you come next time, I can say, oh, please don't use that. I sounded like a babbling idiot.
No, you sound fine.
We met in a glass shop
Is that right? Where and when?
in the Bullsbridge Glass Works in Kent, Connecticut in 1986. And we've been friends ever since. We've been making glass together for all those years.
And married in 1992.
Oh yeah, we got married as well.
Congratulations. That's
Thanks.
good to know. Good.
And as you can see, our environment reflects the madness going on inside our heads.
Especially his.
Yeah, when you come back to see the process, it's so magical. The molten glass with its own light, it's crazy, magical stuff. We'll try to schedule a day when we're making more interesting things, and we will make some ornaments for you, so you can tie that to the work that is
Okay.
shown at the library.
Yes.
Good morning.
Hi.
It's her.
Hi, Leslie.
Hello.
Okay, so what are we going to do first?
I think we are going to clean our tools and clean the mold we're going to be using, and we use some glass to clean things with. Going to use this mold to impart a texture to the surface of a bubble, and then blow that out. Keep that texture. It makes a quilted pattern. Glass is in here. So I'm turning just to keep up with that. Its desire to flow to the floor. So just cleaning these tools, get off any dust. just going to get a little more glass, clean the mold out. The colour we come.
Pine cone or pineapple mold. It creates dents, which will, when the piece is inflated, they'll be larger, like diamonds, so it has a quilted pattern. So that's what we use for most of our ornaments.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Yep.
So I'm just going to get the clear glass on here, and then I will add the color. So I'm going right over those trays right there. In the colors, and I'll pass it over to Andy to twist it and shape it.
So I'm just holding one end of the glass and turning the pipe, and that's twisting up the colour. Spend our time going between the bench and this piece of equipment called a glory hole. Block. So I've trapped some of my cool breath, and as you can see, it meets the hot glass, expands, and does some of the work for me. Okay, now it needs a loop on top,
So I'm going to go right over to here. So I'm going to just knock it off to this little circle.
oh right, we didn't have that. So the glass sticks to itself when both parts are hot.
tank from?
Beautiful. That's nice.
Now I've got to put it in the oven.
Goes in that oven to cool.
Cool it down in a 900-degree oven.
Right.
Not bad for not having made one since last year.
Yeah. Oh, I did wonder how it would go.
Yeah.
That's a Christmas tree ornament.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what we had at the library pop-up store.
Another one, or?
I could make little vases, I suppose. So we do everything as a team. Leslie does the thing she's good at, and I do the very limited amount that I'm good at. And this device, it replaces for somebody who would be sitting at the end of the bench waiting to blow down the pipe. So this is going to be a little vase. I'm not sure what Leslie has in mind for the colour.
I have aqua and purple. Just a random sprinkled mix.
All in one. All in one roll.
Yeah, that's it. Probably good. Probably.
There's that, trapping that air again.
We use a lot of these little chips of glass, and we use a powdered colored glass as well. We use very specific colors, so we have to really plan ahead.
When the glass is hot and moving, I can use gravity to elongate the shape just by hanging the bubble down. You can see how quickly at this temperature it wanted to stretch. this constriction here is where I'll break the piece off the blowpipe. But in order to have access to the top, to work on the top, we'll attach another rod to the bottom and then switch it over to that. You'll see. No, whatever's up there. I don't need a step.
Okay.
So now I'm done blowing, I remove this because I've been entangled with it any number of times. Even though I was done shaping, I have to maintain heat in the piece. Otherwise it's likely to crack. Leslie's going to stand right there. One day I'll put one on the middle. So a little water, a drop of water on that constriction created a stress, and then giving it a thump, and off it comes. So I stretch the glass here just to pull things straight and to make it nice and delicately.
Beautiful.
So
Very nice.
and now the glass goes in an oven to cool slowly to remove any stress. And we just load everything in for the day and then bring the whole lot down overnight. Just polish that scar a little bit. You had questions. What's in the glass, you were asking? What was in the batch that I shoveled in the furnace? It's predominantly silica, sand, and then there's soda ash and lime to flux the silica to make it melt at a lower temperature. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun and continues to be a lot of fun. What else did you want to know?
Where did you learn this art?
Mostly here, although I did a dear friend of mine, Tim Bristow, he lives in Sharon now. We grew up together on the Isle of Wight, and when we left high school, he got a job in a glassworks. And then, I don't know, it's probably 7 or 8 years later, he opened his own studio and asked me what I was doing. Was I available to help him? Was I interested in learning something about glass? And I found it immediately fascinating. then Tim ended up coming here to Connecticut, to the Ballsbridge Glassworks on Route 7 south of Kent, and he contacted me and said, you know, what aren't you doing right now that you can come to Connecticut? And as it was, I was between things, and so yeah, got on that plane, and it was the Ballsbridge Glassworks where I met Les. We worked there together.
Yeah, I walked in there one day just out of curiosity and heard all these people blaring loud music and whistling, and they were having such a good time making glass. I said, how do I get involved in this? So I asked the owner if he ever hired anybody without experience. And he said, yeah, as a matter of fact, somebody's leaving, so you can start by, you know, I did start doing retail there and packing and grinding and all that stuff, and then worked with Andy and some other folks and learned how to work with the hot glass. And we've been working together ever since. That was 1986.
Yeah.
So we're old.
Well, thank you very much, Andy. This has been fun
Yeah, you're welcome.
and instructive. I appreciate it. And my thanks to you too, Leslie.
You're very welcome.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.